Welcome to the presentation on action research. I'm Shive Jones and I'll be taking you through this overview. The premise of teacher induction is based on action research. The idea of acting on data and reflecting on results is the best way to improve your teaching practice. Everything you do for this program is a small piece that moves you through the various action research cycles. In the induction program, the action research process is also known as the Plan, Teach, Reflect, Apply cycle. It's a process in which you examine your practice by looking at data, developing an area of focus, creating a plan of action to address the focus area, acting on that plan, and then reflecting on the results. Action research is not a research project where you go to the library. It's not focusing on what is wrong, focusing on correct answers, or even writing a paper. Action research is really about focusing on ways to continuously improve practice by looking at evidence around you and taking action. I like to think of action research as teaching someone to fish rather than simply providing the fish. When you're a master in action research, you'll be able to address most any issue in your classroom by looking at the evidence and taking action in a way that effectively addresses the issue. This program's formative assessment is based on 3 modules that fit into the action research cycle. The initial cycles include collecting data, and this data leads to an area of focus where you can act on it and examine the results. So the initial cycles, the data collection, include a context for teaching and learning, also known as Module A, assessment of teaching and learning, also known as Module B, and then lastly, the inquiry into teaching and learning, which is the full action research cycle. The first cycle is the first module, Module A, and the formative assessment. Together with your support provider's assistance, you will begin collecting data about your students, including CELT scores, IEP information, identifying all your students' strengths, and identifying areas of need as well. You'll also learn more about your school and district, such as the school-wide discipline policy, AYP scores, conference schedule, and so forth. Lastly, you will collect information regarding resources available to you and your students throughout the community. At the end of this data collection, you and your support provider will discuss the data collected and begin having a conversation about how all this information will inform instruction. During the second module, Module B, Assessment of Teaching and Learning, you will identify what you know, what you want to know, and what you want your support provider to observe in your classroom. And when we talk about what you know and what you want to know, this is in relation to your classroom practice. After your support provider observes your classroom, together you will reflect on the observation and any insights you have gained. This will be followed by a self-assessment where you look at your teaching practice in relation to the California standards for the teaching profession and the induction program standards, which focus on pedagogy and universal access. The last module, Module C, is the inquiry. Now that all the data has been collected, it's time to look at an area in which you would like to improve your practice. This is the full action research cycle that the 2 initial data collection cycles led you to. When you bring together what you have learned about your students in the community, and given what you know about your strengths and areas for growth, what do you feel is an area to focus on for the next 6 to 8 weeks? For more information about action research, feel free to check out either of these websites, which provide a great deal of information around the topic. The Center for Collaborative Action Research is out of Pepperdine University, and the Education Alliance is out of Brown University. Thank you.